Hi guys. Come back. Hopefully everyone's weekend was good. So, I know I'm still missing my little transitions. I've got to figure out how to work them in with Meld. But yeah, hopefully everyone's going okay. So, like our weekend was pretty good. We took Chibi out to a Sonic the Hedgehog pop-up cafe that had showed up. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. Granted, the day was cold, but um, basically, the cafe was taking place in a established restaurant, but it was just taking it over for basically until February, and it was very Sonic the Hedgehog themed. So you had like the golden rings spinning and floating and hanging from the ceiling. Um, they had a couple of stations set up with Sonic the Hedgehog video games. The walls were decorated or had images from like the movies and all the different games. And then, of course, the food was Sonic the Hedgehog themed too, so chili dogs and whatnot. So it was fun. Chibi enjoyed herself. So, but yeah, so today we're going to be working on trying to freehand the fingerless gloves for my cosplay. So, and yes, I know patterns do exist, but honestly, I want to see how well I can do this on my own. It's just why I'm freehanding so much when I probably don't really have to, especially with it. But, there's the fact that it's also concert, or not concert, contest that I'm aiming for. But yeah, no, the cafe was fun. Granted, actually sitting and eating was a little tricky, but because it was such a small place. But we actually timed it right, where by the time we left the line, we were starting to head out the door to the place. So, and as cold as it was, oof. So, but yeah. So, hopefully, hi, fearless. So, it was cool. And again, we managed, being actually out in the cold for it. At least as far as actually waiting to order. So, that helped. But yeah, hopefully, starting with today's stream, I can finally get my stream schedule back to normal. I started forgetting about the daily check-ins. I honestly need to try and figure out a good sound alert for that. Same with the first, second, and third. Tells you how long it's been. I've consistently streamed that I don't quite remember all of my channel point redeems. So, but yeah. Like I said, hopefully I can finally have my stream schedule back to normal now that the initial uh craziness of getting back into work after 2 weeks off has finally died down for me. So, but yeah. Crazy thing is, I know I'd had something I'd wanted to talk about on stream today, and I totally forgot what it was because I was, slacked and didn't make a note somewhere. And that was on me. So, but yeah, I think managing these loose gloves is going to be maybe a little tricky. Just because, like, mainly because I haven't really done fingerless gloves before. And then the fact that, like, how short the tops of them start. And again, this is just like the actual crocheted part. Um, I still haven't quite figured out managing the little adornments or accessories that'll be on there. But once I figured out how I'm going to manage those, I can't say as of yet as to whether or not I'll actually do them on stream. So, actually, let's see. And this is what I get for doing my stitches too tight. Because now, I'm struggling getting it in. No! There we go. Yay! Let me see if I can get... You know what? No. I can't do that. I was going to say let me get some music, but then I realized I haven't gotten my music to meld yet. See how easily I forget stuff? Last week it was making sure Mix It Up was all through my scenes. Today it's, now considering music and stream avatars and so much stuff I have to re-put back in. Well, I guess not re-put back in, but add in because I'm using a different software than OBS. So, yeah. Eventually, I'll probably actually get that in mind properly and get everything set. I can't be sure about transitions yet. Like, Meld has some transitions built in, but like the Stinger transitions, which is what I was using with OBS, I don't believe there's a way to actually put those in yet. So, probably will honestly be without the Stingers for a bit. But, I mean, they're still adding more features and whatnot, so we'll see. Maybe eventually they'll add that in. Hopefully soon. But, cannot say. So trying to make sure, like, I'm still comfy, but also, keeping stuff in camera is a little trickier with the way I've changed my setup. But, that's something I'm learning on my own. And dealing with that as it comes. So. I hadn't realized how much of a difference it made. Like, or honestly, I probably could zoom this in more. How much? Get that out. Yeah, but let's see. I do need, as far as cosplay goes, I do need to get back eventually to work on the top, but I'm having some issues getting the neckline the way I want it to be. Also, I might have to change how I did the back panel for it. Mainly because I can't connect it to the front like I had original, or like I thought I, as smoothly as I thought I would have been able to. So, there's that menu. Just trying to make sure certain stuff wasn't heard. But that I could still be heard, so. Because new mic and all. So I'm still getting the hang of that too. So many new things. Mm. Let's see if I can get this. Let's see. Mm. Because of course the knot would show up. Mm. Trying to gauge like how many rows I'll need to do before I have to actually start accounting for like the thumb hole. No, but since I'm starting it, like I'm working up, but starting it more like here. It's gonna take probably a bit, but let's see. I honestly probably would have tried knitting them, but my knitting needles are currently still being used for those tail panels because I haven't gone back to them yet, so I haven't even finished the first one. I still have the second one to do as well, so I'm just hopping between all the pieces now, which probably is not a good idea. But it's what's getting done. Yeah, shaping and designing is harder than I definitely thought it would be. even with like me just trying to go like, oh, this look this way, so should take this much, not and then when you consider, again, I'm building this cosplay out of two different crafts mainly, so crocheting and knitting, and then there's still the fact I also have to figure how I'm going to add embroidery in some places too, so there's that. So, and while cross stitch is a type of embroidery, not all embroidery is cross stitch. So there's that. But as much as I would would have preferred to get like the bigger pieces finished and out the way, like especially with the top, it's like time to I guess my whole thinking with starting the gloves now is start knocking out the smaller pieces, because then that gives me more time to then work through the bigger pieces while knowing that the smaller pieces are already done and taken care of. Which was definitely something that I should have done more, I guess, with Cosmos. But at the same time, that one I think was probably actually more bigger pieces than smaller pieces. Where this one's got like a good mix. Mm-hmm. So, at least if I knock out the gloves, and after knocking out the gloves, there would be the leg warmers and the herbo to get. And then I can go back to the bigger pieces and then worry about like anything else I need to like craft out of foam or whatever. It's a lot. Also kind of limits, at least for now, the sort of projects I can work on or how much time I can devote to other projects. But we'll see. I do want to get a lot more than just this cosplay done this year as well. Compared to like last year where so much time was spent on the cosplay and not really enough for my liking on other projects. So, plan to kind of keep count of everything, and honestly, apparently I forgot something on my counter, but I will fix that later. I don't actually expect like one glove to finish off the skein this is pulling from, but just in case, I did grab like a full skein just to at least have it nearby. Let's see. Hi, Genesis. Genesis, I know like I'm gonna be crafting on Friday, but I am also debating making Friday stream a co-working as well. And yes, I'll admit that's an excuse to try the new co-working game on together. Yeah, I still have to get my super sweet spot stuff. Super sweet bot. There we go. Tongue twister. Over into this stream software, but shouldn't be too hard. I don't think. Or if I can't because, reasons out of my control, I will probably switch back to OBS for co-working streams. Because the stuff is at least set up there. So we'll see if it works out. But yeah, Genesis, it's your fault. You know what you did. Thank you, but you know what you did. Because On Together does look pretty cute. I'll admit. I know you regret nothing. That is one time that I definitely don't want you to regret. Now, Phasmo being in my library, Phasmophobia being in my library, that one you can regret. But I promise, I keep trying to actually get up the courage to play that game. Even if it's not going to be with you guys. But you know me, I am wimp. Remember, I never actually played it before, like, the more recent updates and stuff. Yeah, but you're less of one than me. You still play other games that I am like, nah. But then again, I did at least attempt Call of Cthulhu. I may not. How do you think you mainly get me in repo? How do you think anyone gets me in a repo? You're not catching me playing that by myself. But then again, if I'm the last one alive, I'm of course whimpering like nuts. Oh, where's the spot? Where's the spot? Oh no. Oh, it's here. fucking Pavlov to that. Hi, Rowan. So yeah, Genesis, you could tell our audio guy that I am well Pavloved to that sound, because that is really only the second time it has actually played here on stream. Rowan, what did he do? Like you see, as soon as I started hearing it, I grabbed my water. Hadn't even seen who'd redeemed it yet, but just immediately. uh, oh, you saw him post your dodge of the duck and the clown. I am not surprised he did that. Honestly, I still have clips from both my last repost streams to post too, now that I think about it. Because I haven't posted them all yet either. So I gotta go back through. Honestly, I'm not. I'm impressed, but not amazed. Like, I'm not amazed in, like, oh, I didn't think you could. Honestly, that tracks for you, Ron. Being down to 1 HP and still managing to dodge. Because, yeah, no, I mean, granted, you're correct. Having the clown hit you while the duck, too. Oof. Because, honestly, I have not seen that clip yet. I think I saw when he posted it, but I haven't actually looked. Currently, the gloves for my dancer cosplay, trying to freehand it, but they're like fingerless gloves mostly. So, starts here, and then we'll come up. So, okay. Trying to think. Where are my stitch markers? Hmm. Wait a minute, guys. Allocate link copper. More copper. Mudstone. I'm not hungry for seeds to think fossil because it looked like a turkey. But considering it had been in a geode.
Ah! Bruh. What the heck?
How to die in the most difficult hole possible. It was such a tight fit, even for you.
Total practice. That's how.
Yeah,
practice.
Guy's head in a tight hole. Hello, Mr. Clapper. Are you?
Hey, look!
I just see chaos all around me.
Why are you surprised by this?
There's no surprise.
There we go.
That was me stating a fact.
I don't know.
Get up! Get up! Ah! Back.
There we go. Yeah.
Distribute potatoes for the plebeian. By royal decree, we shall distribute potatoes to all our loyal subjects. Let it be known that the crown cares for its people. May this humble tuber nourish both peasant and noble alike.
My magic. Why are you here? I wanted to apologize. Just a little bit. Well, I didn't find my full things of stitch markers, but I at least found a few to work with. So, that'll have to do till I can remember where I put the rest of them. That's what I get for not thinking about it. Not realizing, hey, I might need stitch markers to mark around my thumb hole. But nope. Didn't cross my mind at all. Did not cross my mind. Hadn't realized you'd left. I'm kidding. Welcome back, Rowan. Yeah. See. Hi, llama. Yeah. I'm looking into it. Honestly, I might go back to the artist that did my bunny patat emote and see if she can do one with head pats as well. Because she is awesome. Actually, let me see. She also streams as well. She's more of like horror and art, really. So there we go. Huh. Oh. Okay. Trying to think, what was that sound under? Because honestly, I thought that one was Unmix It Up, but apparently it wasn't. Da, da, da. Mm. Yeah, that might be a different sound alert thing I had going. Yep, so what I am going to do, if I can, hmm, that's interesting. Because it didn't play, but I also can't point either. Huh. Yeah, I will definitely have to look into that one. So let me go ahead and that off now. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that one was definitely under something else. See, this is what happens when I haven't moved everything over. I keep having stuff get missed out and not realizing it until someone tries to use it. Actually, let me see. Is there anything else that might... No, that one should be... Yep. Turn off other ones that I definitely know are connected with that one. There we go. Just so I don't have any others going. Just, again, weird that I can't refund that one, so I apologize, Rowan. And yes, I know, no, sorry, we don't do that here. I know. I am aware. I am very aware. Ghosty, hello. Long time no see. And Kevin too. Hi. How are you both? Also, Ghosty, can you come get the snow, please? Come get it. You can have it. Hello, welcome in. I do tend to kind of keep the RGB going on that keyboard. No, Kevin. If honestly, Kevin, if you've got snow, give that to Ghosty too. He can have it all. Oh no. No, I know. I know. I don't blame you for the snow, Kevin. I blame the ghost for the snow. Because he hasn't, especially because he hasn't collected it. I blame him for the snow and the cold. Always, Ghost. Always. Always. Mm. Alright. Mark that off. Let's see. It's a little big, but not that hard to notice. So, that there. He doesn't see enough snow. But yeah, he prefers the cold. Rowan, no, say it. What are you thinking? I'm probably gonna regret telling you to say it, but go ahead, say it. Cause knowing you, you're not behaving anyway, so. Ah, oh, come on! Yep, I was right. I was gonna regret that. He's not down there by choice, Kevin. That's what it is. He's not down there by choice. All right. All right. Put it down. Honestly, so am I. But then again, he probably didn't because I did. I never know with him. Maybe it goes to trade. that's about right. That is about right. Alright. I agree. I agree with Rowan on that one, Kevin. Take them both. Let's see. No. No, you just put them in the same room. You just put them in the same room. That much I can tell you now. They would end up that way anyway. Hey. So. Alright. One more. Let's. Alright, there we are. Be honest, would have stabbed yourself over 20 times by now. Why, you mean because of the little working I just had to do? Honestly, Kevin, I would have been more worried about it if I was using one of the smaller hooks, because smaller you get, they kind of can be a bit on the sharper side to an extent. But yeah, idea is basically like that. So then basically I'm just going to be going back and forth here, but not connecting here. Actually, no. Probably should connect to there. Probably. But yeah, it would just be back and forth around. Just bring it up. Here. So honestly, it's working out better than I was afraid it would. And I think part of what's helping with this is the fact I've had years of practice. Yeah. Like overall. God damn it. Hi, Lee. Are you happy? I've been Pavlov to that. Are you happy now? I've been essentially crocheting in general for the majority of my life. Like pretty much like about 3 decades off and on, but still. And of course the ad started. Of course. Never fails. These are the ads that never end. So go on and on, my friend. Just started pushing them out, and I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know where I was going with that. I mean, Rowan could also just go to your TikTok and see it himself. Why he gotta make you do the extra work? Actually, no. Please. No, because I need to keep some separation. Listen, Kevin, what you guys don't see on stream, because it never happens when he's on stream, apparently, um, are all the times that Ghosty manages to not get got by a monster simply because he ducked at a spot for so he could go BRB. Like, the times I've seen it have been amazing. Honestly. Like, he's managed in one play to avoid getting got by both the giant head and what we call Slender Baby. Um, like, I think about a total like 7 or 8 times just because he apparently was ducked out of like just well enough and wasn't moving for a while, so they couldn't pick up on him. It was honestly hilarious. Like, how? I mean, I have dealt with the sharper um crochet hooks. Like I said, the smaller ones often tend to be. Um, but that's because you can easily use them to poke holes. That's how I ended up installing a zipper on my wedding dress, because I poked holes in the zipper with the hook. That was a fun time. Not. I had to poke holes in a zipper, along the lines of the zipper, to be able to do it. I can't bring the dress on stream because that's currently sitting on one of my dress forms. Let me see. Do I have a picture on my phone? I think so. At least I thought I did. Uh, hmm. I know. I thought I had a picture. But apparently I must have deleted that picture. Hmm. Boo. Yep. I think the default Rowan is the regular Pokeball. He's trying to poke a Pokemon. That's what he's trying to poke. Didn't realize he was that type, but hey. you you caught the Pokemon though, Rowan. You did get it. Oddly enough, you did get it. That's what's funny about it is you did get the Pokemon. Why are you confused, Rowan? You're up there trying to poke a Pokemon, apparently. Because I told him you're trying to poke a Pokemon. That's why. Wait, Rowan. Rowan. Why was that the first one to come to your mind? You sure? You sure it's not Vaporeon? Because nobody asked. I just said you were trying to poke a Pokemon. I didn't specify. I didn't initially know which one was up. So, but I mean, last I checked, I think Yanma is like a dragonfly or like dragonfly based, I think, if I remember right. So, I don't I don't know if that's much better. You're trying to poke a bug Pokemon. Why? Say Vaporeon is the most. I'm going to assume you meant compatible, because compatible is a completely different meaning there. That. That's okay, Ghosty. I'll just see if I can find one of those little MLP bottles and send it to you for your birthday this year. Yeah. It's your birthday's in November and it's only January. I've got like what is that? 10 months? A little under 10 months? Just a troll. Really. I mean, I don't know. You once said you weren't into bunnies too, and then, Effie. So. What? What? Ghosty. Ghosty. Make me. Technically, he's around. Technically. Because holiday. Oh, what do you know? It is using them. I mean, wait, Kevin, why are you looking at the floor? What happened? What did the ghost do? What did the ghost do? Kevin, what did you do? Kevin, what did you do? Very interesting speck on the... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. Probably should have been. Hey, why are you sad? Who made my brother sad? Okay. Literally 5 minutes of snow yesterday. It disappeared as fast as it. Oh no. Yeah, no, you already know, Ghosty. You can have the snow here, along with the coat. Take them. Let's see. All right. Think. He didn't have that much. It didn't last long. 5 minutes of snow means it barely touched the ground before disintegrating. I mean, honestly, that makes sense, Rowan. For you, that makes sense. Name like that makes sense. Oh no, I'm scared now. Why? No, please no. Please no. Please no. Okay. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Make this the guys that are in that the equivalent of the. Yeah, I'm not looking at that right now. I am not gonna look at that right now. I'm not. Mm-mm. I. Does it? Let me see. I don't know. Huh. Hold on. There we go. I don't know. I don't think it will now. I think that was just generic automat stuff though. Hmm. I don't think that was Siri. Hmm. That, huh? No, I think I think I might have too much of a cooldown in there. There it goes. Yeah, no, I said that. So like similar to how both Carrot and I have essentially like commands that trigger with just from a word without having the exclamation. I did the same thing with sorry. It's just the first time that it triggered in stream after I first added it, it became a wall of no sorry, we don't do that here. Because I hadn't counted um on the bot triggering itself. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Ow. Vern, remind me how Kara puts up with you? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. For overly using what, Kevin? Sorry? Honestly, I'm not sure if that's the case. Uh-oh. What happened? Area. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the case, but basically, it's a thing for like the Ravens to a point where you type sorry in the Ravens Nest Discord, there's a bot that comes up with that too. So I just basically pulled from there and used it over here. Even if I have occasionally tried to get around the bot triggering. One day have turtle soup using Walter. Uh-huh. Okay, Ghosty, and how are you going to explain that to the TMNT? Hmm? How? Raph already don't like clockwork. You really want to give him another reason? So if the TMNTs were in the bath, would that make the bath water turtle soup? I don't know. I I just assumed they were more likely to take showers, but I don't know. Ghosty's more of an expert on them than I am. I occasionally can translate Raph speak, but that's about it. Good point. Good point. That is true. But I guess if they get in a hot tub, that would definitely be bathwater you want to sell on eBay, though they are free. Sir, I'm sorry. Didn't I tell you about how the actress for Pepper Potts was like selling candles? I think maybe like her bathwater and something else. Didn't I tell you about that? I thought I did. Yeah, well, that's why I told you, Ghosty. So I wouldn't be the only one. Why did I not see that coming? What do you know? Yeah, no, that's most of what was left of that skein. That's funny. Alright, let's see. I don't know how I feel about the fact it took almost the whole thing to that point. And in the ocean like a... Really? No, she didn't. That was someone else that did Phoebe on Friends. Not, the actress for Pepper Potts. Thorn... I, I'm gonna shut up. I mean, Gussie, if you want me to do some, I'm gonna need like you to send me. I would say probably a physical copy, like drawing of your hand, maybe, or something, just so I can actually make it to size properly. You know, because I can't see you in person for that. Yeah, no, pretty close. Okay, let me see. Do I have enough? Maybe I can manage another row or two. Maybe. Ghosty. You know good and well that is not what I meant by that. You know good and well. What am I gonna do with you? Jeez. I can't with you. Might have enough for one or two more rows. Maybe. Ghosty, I do love you. Customer. Jeez. I mean, taking over the world would be nice. Oh, that's fun. That is real fun. Ghosty. My darling older ghost bro. Have you had water today? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Good ghost. I know I'm a little late because apparently my headset decided to turn off. I guess because I didn't have enough sound coming through it. Everybody drink water. How about that? Just everybody in chat drink water. Drink water, take your meds, have a snack. I'll get my snack later. Mainly because I don't want to get up right now. You get a water, and you get a water, and you get a water. Yarn chicken for the win. Makes me even happier I grabbed the other skein. Let's see. Because I still also have to do similar, like what I did for the thumb hole, for my other fingers. But, hey! Okay, cool. But yeah, yarn chicken for the win. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna make it back around. That's always fun. Alright. Go ahead and make this connection now. This little joint, I know like some people can like manage to actually thread one side into another when connecting ends. I have not managed that. That is a level of witchcraft I am not ready for. Uh-huh. Yeah, no, I know. I I gotta get you a camera first. Once you get a camera, then we'll set up a carrot so that we can teach you. But you need like a top camera first. Because I know, like, yeah. Because, yeah, you still have like the camera that manages your VOD tuber, but, yep. Listen, I know you like your snowman butts. I know you like your snow butts, okay? Listen, I know he's fond of his snowman butts because, you know, they're butts, they're holes, and they're cold. I get it. I get it, really, I do, but yeah, don't. We've already had the joke of you liking more snow. I, half the time I wonder how Mord puts up with you, Ghosty. And then I remember you two are the same damn person. Ghosty, I swear. If you ever make a Mord model and do not redo the Let It Go with that model, I will be highly disappointed in you. I'm making that known. I mean, it could be Cyrus too. It doesn't matter. But you gotta, you gotta. You gotta. Wouldn't be right not to. But yeah, no. I don't know how I feel about the fact it took me like 2 hours to do this. This really should have been easy enough-ish for me to work up in one, but done now. Even more so because I started it off, like, off-stream. Reasons. Yeah, being trolled by my favorite ghost brother. And his best friend. There's so much of my materials I gotta find and locate. Like, I know they're here in the room. It's just, I kind of, like, threw stuff in certain places. So now I gotta go in those spots and find them. Who needs ASCII? Ghosty. Ghosty, this is one time I definitely needed you to spell correctly. I knew what you meant. But god damn. God damn, Ghosty. Of all the times for you to misspell a word. There's a C between the S and the I. There you go. You realize that you see why I said something, right? Yes, I knew what you meant. That don't mean everybody else knew what you meant. Be safe, Kevin. I can't. I can't. I can't. English is hard. Thank you for the alert, Kevin. Like I said, be safe. And yes, the English is hard. English is hard. That's why we've developed English. Honestly, this is why in a lot of cases it can be solved with sounding it out. To this day, that's how I managed to remember how to properly spell Wednesday. And bother the fuck out of you the rest of the night. Well, that's what you got moored for, to put it back in. That is what moored is for. To put the fuck back in. Not really. It's the fact that you sound it out does not quite work the same way for Wednesday, because so much of that word is silent. So for that one, you got to break it up into Wednesday. Uh-huh. Also, Ghosty, that's not a big word. That is not a big word. I get what you were going for, but that's not a big word. And I say this as someone who has to deal with your brother-in-law saying big words all the time. I mean, yeah, you are short. But you didn't need a word to prove that. All you had to do was say you're short. Listen, you walked right into that. You can't say ouch when you walked into it. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. Obviously, I have to sew this part up because right now it's still separate, which means obviously if I do this while wearing it, it's going to do that. It's going to be that gap. So I need to close that up, but that's easy enough. Probably the same height as Ghosty. How tall are you? Because honestly, I don't think you are the same height as me. 5'4". Okay, at best, well, at max, you probably got about an inch over me. That's not that much. Because I'm like 5'3". I don't know, Ghosty. Don't you live in one of those houses where they do like the little, like height chart wall thing? Really? Huh. I'm only that mark up the wall. I mean, But that's an easy way to fix. That's an easy fix, though. Like, that really is an easy fix. Compared to, like, oh, actually, like, putting, like, dents in the wall and whatnot. That's an easy fix. A little tiny mark. You do it right, it's not even really noticeable unless you're really up close. And even then, take some white out to it, you're good. Granted, this is me assuming your walls are white, but... Mm. Ew. The white club. That... I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, dust. Like I said, tiny, teeny tiny little mark, like a pin or something, just to get the marking, and then white out over it. They'll never know the difference. Or I mean, you do it right when you got a magic eraser, and it's gone. Just do it long enough to get your height. That plus a what's the word? I can't think of it. Tape measure. There we go. There we go. Took me a second. Put holes on. Put holes in my. Again, stuff exists where it's not that hard to fix. Really. Yeah, no. Not that bad. All them clocks and post. Like, really. Not to mention, depending on what you're hanging up, there's ways to do that without putting a hole in the wall. So, nails clock. But yeah, no, it's not bad at all. I'm actually pretty proud of how that looks. And like I said, once I sew that up, I honestly probably should do something else just to be able to. Gun rack's tacky. Oh, don't worry, my sword's inside. Yeah, no, that's how you do it. I think probably the fun part is going to be figuring out each of the fingers. Alright. Yeah, no, not bad at all. Not bad at all. She comes from the bookstore and blends kind of with the wall and Alright. Can that, because I'll have to like probably do something particular in order to manage the holes. Same as I'll probably have to do something particular to give me some stretch room. Man, you come back, so I never really had to use them. Aw. See, you basically had a good time for your Mikey to show, but never got to use it. Boo. Boo. Let the baby out. Let the baby out. Yeah. Overall, I'm actually happy with how this is looking so far. Again, those little accessories are going to be real fun to determine. That got away from. Without the context, that I'm sure a lot worse than what it probably actually is. But I have the context. And. Trying to think. Did I actually at least note down how this should be? 33? Because I can at least start the second one. A nice handy little trick. Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Handy little trick I'm gonna cover. For like stuff where you're starting like a crocheting in the round, something like these gloves. Basically going up to 10, like chaining 10, marking so we don't lose, then going back to the end, like so, putting the hook through there, and then going back in to where you left off, and continuing the chain from there. Basically prevents the chain from twisting while you're making it. And the way the chains tend to like to twist. Looks for terabyte drive, finds 2-year missing TV remote today. Sir, how'd you manage to do that? I thought you cleaned multiple times within those 2 years. How did you miss that? How did you miss that? Please explain. That doesn't explain how you missed hidden understand. You know that doesn't make you look any better with what I know. Just so you know. It does not make you look any better. As much as you like reading, this doesn't make you look any better. But I love you anyway. Mm. How you ain't get to it yet? All them times you've been doing deep cleaning. You've done at least like 5 in the past 2 years. 3D printed case for the drive that looks like the TV remote problems. Beauty and the Geek, hello. How are you guys? Got a shit ton of... Yes, I know. But you've also told me, Ghosty, each time you've had to deep clean the house, that a deep clean usually means, everything. So, 3D print, 3D print. Nah, probably not. I don't think you can 3D print a 3D printer. Well, technically you can, but without knowing the electronics and stuff needed, you wouldn't get it to work. To have it 3D print other stuff. Stack books. All I can think is desktop book, because anything under is free. Dustin's my room. Ghost. That Ghosty, honey. That's not how that works. That's definitely not how that works. No. No, I will not let you have those delusions. Especially not about your books. Damn. Please tell me you take better care of the things I've sent you than that. Please tell me. Especially that dragon radar. But yeah, but I know not everything, like the dragon radar, can't be watched that way. Because the dragon radar uses batteries. Gets pledged. I thought pledge wipes were only for wooden stuff. Just, apparently. Tells you how long it's been since the last time I used pledge for anything. Probably trying to compete with Pine Sol. Yep. Should have seen that ad break coming. That and children get told no, unless 'tis the ghost child. He only wanted to click the button. I mean, those other kids should be locked out of the room, just in general. But what do I know? You know. He down in the tried to excuse. Uh-uh. Tell your older nephew that them other kids better be brought under control. Don't, Matt. No, he shouldn't get a pass on grabbing it. Because, toddler or not, he should still know better. Like, his mama should have taught him better. Well, now, but he should have known then, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Or, yeah, and this is a funny concept. His mama should have been watching him. Mm. And yet, I bet you if that child touched her stuff, she would have thrown a fit. I bet you. Oh, great. I got a southern drawl coming out. God damn it. God damn it. Have you heard there's a rumor in St. Petersburg? Anyway. But yeah, no, my southern drawl is now coming out. It shouldn't be. I'm not supposed to have a southern drawl. I mean, I've not spent enough time in the South to develop a southern drawl. But apparently, I have developed one. Ghosty, I blame you. Here one night we had a family get together and at least saying, don't touch that or that. That's the neck. Put it down, not the motorcycle either. That baby definitely should not be parenting his kids. But, I mean, considering the family. Anyway, on that note, I think we're gonna see about raiding out. Because the more I get told, the more I start speaking with a southern accent. And, again, Midwest born and raised. Never lived in the South. Have only visited for like no more than 3-4 days at a time. I should not be having a southern drawl of any kind. Again, you, Ghosty. But yeah, we are going to prepare and see about reading out. She's younger and picked up a neck. His mom got on. His best friend. Aww. Sweet baby. Ghost Child is a sweet baby. yeah, again, I'm happy so far with how this is turning out. I don't know how I feel about the fact that every time I work on something else, I seem to like it more and more how it came out compared to the piece before it. I won't consider this first one done just yet, but close enough. But yeah, I'm trying to have the little counter thing, so it's currently behind because my first finish of the year was the um, Rabbit on the Moon cross stitch. I got finished, I got posted. Yep, still a whip, but a good whip. So, um, pick it. Yeah, no, that went in my head too. That went in my head too. I'm blaming you. I am blaming you. So, like I said, probably work more the other one off stream. First one probably get finished off stream. Uh, but yeah, gonna try and do better about like my postings on my socials and everything, and try and keep my schedule straight. Um, but yeah, no, already following me, socials, stuff. That is different link. But yeah, so but yeah, it's getting to everyone who came, hung out, chilled, relaxed. We will be back on Wednesday, not with whips. Even though Wednesday would be now that I think about it, would have been the proper day for this. Yeah, and honestly, I think that beacons might be outdated. To an extent, I would have to check. I have not actually looked at them. And Ghosty, you know good and well I have socials. I need you to still get an Instagram, but hey. So, but yeah. Um, we'll be back on Wednesday with more Teddy's Haven. If you're not already in the Discord, join there. Get announcements on any cancellations. Keep up with my schedule, because I will admit I don't always update Twitch one to match. So, but yeah. So we'll be back on Wednesday with more Teddy's Haven. I have gotten the full game, and luckily we don't have to start all the way over. Now that I have the full game, it just took what I had from the demo, so yay. Here's the thing, Gusty. For mine, I have buttons that I can press, so it's a little easier. Although, with your side effects, I may have started making buttons them too. Yes, I am a brat. You can't do nothing about it. I miss the sweatshirt I used to have as a kid that said brat. But anyway. So, but yeah, like I said, make sure you guys join the Discord if you haven't already. I'm gonna be trying to do better with my social posting and all as well. So yeah, we do have a raid target in mind. We are going to raid Book Club and Builder. I usually don't get to raid her, so take advantage of that. She's an awesome streamer. She does Legos. She plays games. She's also currently doing her first book after dark book talk. So if you want some book recs, yeah, you can definitely get. You should. Yeah, can definitely get some from her. So like I said, right over there. Me. Yeah. Ah. Mm. And see if I can get. There we go. We've got Frosty doing. Okay. So, first will be for. First rate call will be for non-subs. Second one for subs. Like I said, make sure you copy those clipboard. Probably at some point I will see about getting Frosty a sub, but set and then in case Twitch decides to Twitch, that is where we'll be going. And again, thanks again for coming, hanging out, and I will see you guys on Wednesday.